In problem number 6, we're going to graph this equation by finding the x and y intercepts. So let's begin by finding the x-intercept. To find an x-intercept, you want to let the y value be 0. I've replaced the y with 0. This is because every point on the x-axis, the y-coordinate is 0. To solve this equation, we want to undo the order of operations. We're undoing PEMDAS until x is alone. So we want to get rid of add 5 first and then get rid of multiply by negative 1/3. To get rid of add 5, we want to subtract 5. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. After we subtract 5 from both sides, we have negative 5 equals negative 1/3 x. Lastly, we want to get rid of multiply by negative 1/3. But to get rid of multiplying by a fraction, you want to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of negative 1/3 is negative 3/1. Notice by multiplying by the reciprocal, everything cancels. The 3 in this numerator cancels with the 3 in the denominator. Negative times negative is positive. So we have just a plain positive x there on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, negative 3/1 is the same thing as negative 3, because negative 3 divided by 1 is negative 3. So ultimately on the left side, we have negative 3 times negative 5, which is positive 15. X equals 15 is the equation of a vertical line at 15. It is not a point on the x-axis. So we need to write this as a coordinate. Remember, we let y be 0 to find this x. So we want to have the 0 in for y, and we have 15 in for x. So the coordinate here is 15, 0. When you look at the graph paper provided, you'll notice 15, 0 will not fit. So you might want to improvise. Going over 15 up 0, let's just go off the graph paper a bit and put a point. That point is about over 15 up 0. Next, let's find the y-intercept. I've replaced the x with 0. We are not moving anything side to side, so we're just following PEMDAS to simplify the right-hand side. So let's do multiplication before addition. Negative 1/3 multiplied by 0 is 0. Then 0 plus 5 is 5, so y equals 5. Now we don't want to say the answer to the y-intercept is y equals 5 because the equation y equals 5 represents a horizontal line at 5. A y-intercept is a point on the y-axis. So let's write this as a coordinate. The x was 0, created y equals 5. So the coordinate is 0, 5. Plotting that point there on the y-axis, we can now connect our x-intercept and y-intercept to graph the original equation. I've connected the points, but just to show that this line goes forever in both directions, let's put arrows on those ends.